I feel like, when I started this journey of my sabbatical, and it's an inner index, right? So it means that I'm looking within to figure out and to kind of work on some things. I initially decided to do it because I heard my spirit speaking to me and telling me that I needed a break. I needed to hit the pause button. And I couldn't start my new year and expect to be effective if I didn't make sure that I was taking care of me. So the last 2 years have been tremendous. I have tripled my revenue from 2016 to 2018. My oldest, Pudding Pop, Caitlin, abruptly exited my life, and then in May of 2018 came back into my life. My second oldest, Heartbeat, Tiara, in 2017, she went away to college. And then in 2018, my third heartbeat, Chocolate Drop, aka Jasmine, went away to school. My son, Jalen, started his sophomore year of high school, and I found that he was struggling a lot because although he's biologically an only child, he's never been an only child. And so there was a lot going on, and in the midst of that, my grandfather passed away on September the 9th. And the Whitmore family decided to have the funeral while I had planned my retreat. And so as the year was coming to an end, I decided to go on this 30-day sabbatical. And honestly, prior to that, let me back up a bit. My stepdad had heart issues, and I discovered what was going on the day before Thanksgiving. And because I'm not his biological child, I kind of got iced out of his care. And so, of course, that's been devastating. And so here we go into the holidays coming, and I spent my 39th birthday with 3 of my childhood friends. And it was at that point that I realized that I really needed the reset. I had already said that I was going to do it, but it was at that point that I realized that I really needed it. And then on Christmas Eve, my mother woke up blind, regained her sight, and we discovered that she had had a mild stroke. And so what I had planned to focus on during this sabbatical, and during my inner index and looking within, was my own self-care, growing my spiritual relationship, pouring into my community, and focusing on getting things aligned so that my 2019 career-wise could be amazing. And so that's what I thought, right? But then all these things happened, and then there were things and feelings and emotions that were unresolved. And so what I thought it was going to be, it has turned out to be something completely different. Yesterday now, because it's probably like 3 something in the morning, I discovered that my dad, my stepdad, was in the hospital. He had been moved from the rehab facility to the hospital. And so I went to go see him. And I have to be honest, when I got iced out of his care, I became very angry. Maybe not so much with him, but just with the situation. And because I'm overwhelmed emotionally with so many other things, I isolated myself from him. And so tonight when I got there, as they were getting him situated into his room, he said, "I just need you to be here with me through this." And so earlier today, Monday, I went to spiritual counseling with Pastor Kelvin and LaQuetta Simmons. And the Holy Spirit revealed so many things during that counseling session, that spiritual counseling session. And it was amazing how less than a few hours later, not even an hour later, actually, I discovered that he was in the hospital. I get there to see him, and what the Holy Spirit had spoke during that meeting was that he needed me to be there. I was his spiritual connection, and we were connected spirit to spirit. And the crazy thing is that I always talk about being an only child and feeling alone, but I am not alone. That is what has been revealed to me during this inner index. I've always felt alone because I'm an only child, but I am not alone. I am surrounded and covered by angels. And there's been a calling on my life for so many years, and I've recognized it, but I've always walked away from it. And so what I thought this 30-day sabbatical was going to be, it's turned out to be even greater than what I imagined. And so in the beginning, I had promised that I was going to do videos and I was going to do all these different things. And I hear now the Holy Spirit telling me to be still and to allow him to move in my life. And that everything that I said I wanted to focus on, my self-love and self-care, community, spirituality, building my relationship with my father, spiritual father and physical father, is coming to pass. And so, one of the things that I always tell people is that as a therapist, I am my greatest tool, because what I share and what I do, of course, I have, clinical training and background. I've been doing this since I was 24, so about 15 years at this point. But it comes from here. And a lot of things that I share and a lot of things that I work with clients on, it's from my own heart. It's from my own experiences. It's from, me being able to persevere, for me being able to recognize when to press the pause button, for me being able to recognize when I need to be poured into so that I can continue to pour into others. I am encouraged, and these tears are sad tears, but they're also grateful tears. Sad tears because, I don't know what's going to happen with my dad. Sad tears because although my mom's stroke was a mild stroke, it was a wake-up call for me to just be more present with her. But grateful tears because I am not alone. I have friends and people and loved ones who they surround me and cover me with their love. So this is video number 1. Thank you for sharing the journey with me, you guys. Blessings.